Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Swamy Vijay, and this is Swamy Vijay speaking to all. In this video I am going to start the last poem from your main textbook. But before I start the poem, let me ask you one simple question. How many of you know what is actually the institution of marriage? If you know the answer, comment in the comment section below. Most of us may not be knowing what exactly is the institution of marriage and what happens once you enter into the institution of marriage. It is not like institution of a school or a college or university. This is a different institution. This is called institution of marriage. So if you know the information and if you have the answer, what do you think about institution of marriage and what do you know about the institution of marriage, then please leave your comment in the comment section below without any delay. The reason is I'm going to begin the last poem from your main textbook, and the name of the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Now without any delay, let me begin this poem. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers poem is written by Adrienne Rich. Adrienne Rich was born in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. She is widely known for her involvement in contemporary women's movement as a poet and theorist. She has published 19 volumes of poetry, 3 collections of essays and other writings. A strong resistance to racism and militarism echoes through her work. The poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. Primarily, this poem focuses about the constraints, the problems, the miseries faced by a woman in the institution of marriage. That means once a woman got married, what kind of problems a woman faced, it is shown in this poem in a female point of view and a female perspective. So let us begin the poem without any delay. Before you read, what does the title of the poem suggest to you? Are you reminded of other poems on tigers? So if you know the answer, if you can remember other poems which you have read in your lower classes related to the tigers, then you leave the answer in your comment section now quickly. Now let me read the poem. This is a very simple poem, but before I start the poem, let me tell you that though this poem is a very simple, but it deals with a very great problem in the human mankind or in the history of human mankind. Especially it talks about women, it talks about the plight of women into the institution of marriage, how marriage has deprived and suppress the rights of women in this world. It is a universal topic and it is a universal theme. The woman can be from Africa or from America or from India or from Pakistan, but in this poem a woman is a common woman shown by the poetess, and these kind of problems the woman who faced in this poem is Aunt Jennifer. These kind of problems might be faced by any other woman in this world. So first let me read this poem and then I'll explain this poem stanza by stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topage denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So what is the first stanza talks about? It talks about the imagination of Aunt Jennifer. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Aunt Jennifer is designing tigers on a screen. That means these tigers are not real tigers. These tigers are designed by Aunt Jennifer on a piece of cloth or on a screen. Why especially Aunt Jennifer is designing only tigers? Why can't she design, or why don't she design cats, dogs and pigs? Because she wants to lead life like a tiger or tigress. She wants to be like a tiger or tigress in her life, but after entering into the institution of marriage, she has lost her life. Now she doesn't have such kind of a life which she has imagined and wanted to live her life after marriage, but she is not having such kind of liberty to do. So that's why she is designing tigers on a piece of cloth. So these are not real tigers, these are the tigers designed by Aunt Jennifer on a screen. But what kind of tigers are these? There is a physical description about these tigers. Bright topage denizens of a world of green. So these tigers are bright in the sense these are vigorous, courageous, brave, and topage denizens of a world of green. Topage is a kind of a stone which is yellowish in color, and denizens of a world of green. What is the meaning of denizen? A person, an animal, or a plant that lives, grows, or is often found in a particular place. That means these tigers live in forest. That means these tigers don't follow the rules and regulations of human. These tigers follow the forest rules and laws. That means it follows the nature rules and laws only. It doesn't, or these tigers won't and don't follow the rules and regulations codified by human beings like you and me. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Now here we can understand these tigers have no fear of men. Why poetess has mentioned only men? Because in her whole life she has been scared by men. So that is the reason why she is particularly speaking that these tigers are not like her, and these tigers are fearless. They don't have fear of men, and in front of the men also, that means she say they do not fear the men beneath the tree. There are some people who are standing under the tree or beneath the tree and they are watching these tigers, but not like her. These tigers are fearless and they move in front of those men. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. That means they are not afraid of the men standing under the tree or beneath the tree. They move in front of them with a chivalric certainty. That means like a royal prince without any kind of fear. These tigers walk in front of those men. That means even Aunt Jennifer also wants to live life like these tigers, fearless, brave, and courageous. But she is not doing, or she is not living such kind of a life. That is the reason why she has designed those tigers on a piece of screen. So Aunt Jennifer wishes to live life like a tigress or tigers, brave, courageous, and she wants to lead her life independent without any kind of fear of men in this world. Now moving to the next stanza, Aunt Jennifer's tigers fluttering through her wool find even ivory needle hard to pull. That means she is knitting, using a knitting needle. She is preparing something with wool. She is preparing something with wool. But what is happening is Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool when she was knitting find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The ivory needle is very small piece of item. It is easy to handle and it is easy to pull. But here Aunt Jennifer is finding difficulty to pull this ivory needle. What is the reason? The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. The reason is the massive weight of uncle's wedding band. You must be knowing like friendship band, other bands. In the same way here, poetess talks about the wedding band. Technically, what is this wedding band is? Like people of India, like Indians wear Mangal Sutra or bridal locket. This is not actually what poetess is talking. Poetess is talking about the weight of the marriage in the life of a woman. Because of the weight of the marriage, that means because of the pressure of the marriage, or the marriage created pressure in the life of a woman, especially her husband, made her become so weak in her life, and that is the reason why she can't even pull the ivory needle properly. And the massive weight of uncle's wedding band, that means the marriage, institution of marriage and being a married woman, sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. That means her hands are not free. Her hands are become weak. The reason is she is in the institution of marriage, or she is a married woman. She has lost her liberty. So in the second stanza we can understand the plight of Aunt Jennifer. Aunt Jennifer is not a particular woman like aunt. She can be anywhere living in this world. She may be living in the past, she may be living in the present, and she may live in the future also. So Aunt Jennifer is a common woman which can be found any part of this world. So she is become very weak because of the institution of marriage. After her marriage, she has become weak and her life has become misery. In the last stanza, let us see what actually the poetess wants to convey. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still, ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. See the plight of Aunt Jennifer, the misery and the trouble and the hardships she underwent is when Aunt Jennifer is dead, her terrified hands will lie still, ringed with ordeal she was mastered by. That means most of us believe that death will give us peace, death will relieve from all our problems and miseries in our life. But for Aunt Jennifer, even after her death also, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals. That means she will suffer even after her death also because of the institution of marriage. That much psychologically, physically, she was abused by her husband when she entered into the institution of marriage. She was mastered by. So this is the life of Aunt Jennifer. She was suppressed, oppressed by her husband because of the institution of marriage. The institution of marriage is the most important reason for the misery and plight of Aunt Jennifer. But she expresses a desire in the last lines, 2 lines, that the tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. That means even though she spent her life in misery, but she believes that the tigers which she has designed will live life without any kind of fear, and they will be prancing, proud and unafraid. They will not have any kind of fear of men in this world. She wants to express that she suffered, but in future no other woman should suffer like she suffered. So this is a small poem with 3 stanzas. Each stanza contains only 4 lines, but this poem talks about the life of a woman, especially the life of a married woman, and the plight and misery of the woman who suffered due to the institution of marriage. So this is about the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. So to conclude this poem, you may be a man or a woman, but before entering into the institution of marriage, if you think wisely and if you select your life partner with terms and conditions, you may live your life successfully and happily even after entering into the institution of marriage. So I don't want to say that there is any alternate institution which can change or which can substitute or which can replace this institution of marriage which is presently which is existing in the present. So I cannot show you another institution which is equal to the institution of marriage. But one thing is very clear: woman has been oppressed and suppressed due to the institution of marriage, and men have made women's life into misery due to the institution of marriage. This is a female's perspective, and this is the point of view of a feminist. So this is about the poem. This is not my personal opinion. So this is about the summary of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, written by Adrienne Rich. Now you read this poem again twice or thrice and come to the questions and find the answers to these questions and write the answers in your notebooks. So this is about the summary of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so that you can receive latest updates and information the moment I upload videos on YouTube. So thanks for watching this video, and always remember, stay home, stay safe and stay strong. Take care. Thanks for watching this video. If you have come to the end of this video, I believe that you are interested to watch a few more videos related to the topic. So now you can check this out video or watch this one. Click this video, it will take you into another video.